How to invest in fractional shares on eToro. It's actually quite simple and easy, and it's just about understanding the concept of what a fraction of something is. That is to say, when you go to buy something, you are buying one whole unit, so to speak, you are buying an object. For instance, when you buy a car, a motorcycle, or a house, you are not just buying a part of that house. You are buying the whole house, just as you are buying the whole car. It's not like they give it to you missing 2 tires, 2 doors, or even the trunk. No, you buy the whole car as a complete unit. Let's say that in that sense, we could talk about certain brokerage firms that do not allow you the option to invest in fractional shares, but instead require you to invest only in whole shares. That is to say, you must buy in a single complete share. Now, fractional shares are basically like the example I'm giving you. You're not buying the entire car or the whole house. Instead, imagine that you are buying just a small portion of it. Now, what exactly does this mean for you? It means you will not have the same level of profitability. In other words, you are only buying a part of that share. If the value of the whole share increases by 5% in a single day, and you only bought half of that share, you will not get the full return on that growth because your total profit is based on owning only half a share. Let's say that, in theory, you would be getting the full return on your investment. But since you're actually only investing in half a share of the stock, you're not really getting the full return in that literal sense. I truly hope you clearly understand what I mean by that. But basically, to be able to invest in this, you come here and let's say you want to invest in a specific stock. You can invest in cryptocurrencies. You can invest wherever you want in a fractional way. You simply search, for example, let's look for Tesla here. And in this case, we can invest directly in this stock. But take a look at what happens here. I can invest directly by the number of shares or by a specific dollar amount, but also if I want a share, I can invest in exactly 0.5 shares. That is, I'm not buying a whole share because if you notice, the share costs 248.90 and I'm buying half. That's why it tells me the amount is 124.50. So I would be buying half in order to invest in this stock. The same thing happens not only with individual stocks, but also with ETFs. You can also invest in ETFs fractionally. For example, this one here, which is from the S&P 500, if I click on invest and here I choose, for instance, that I want one share, it will show me the total amount, which matches the one shown here as well. But if, for example, I want to purchase a fractional amount like 0.5 of this ETF, or for instance, not even 0.5 but 0.75, then I would be effectively buying 75% of one full share. I would still be missing that remaining 25% to complete a full share. And as I said, the bad thing and at the same time the good thing is that when you invest, you won't have exactly the same gain or the same loss, depending on what it is. Obviously, this percentage will affect the amount of money you invest. And another important thing is that this clearly helps us a lot when we don't have exact amounts to invest. That is, maybe you want to invest in a stock or in this ETF that costs $571, but you don't have that amount of money right now, and maybe you want to do DCA, that is, invest every month, invest every week, but then you don't have $571.04 every week to keep investing in this ETF. So it gives us the advantage that, for example, if I have $50 each week, I can come here and enter that I want to invest $50 and it will let me do it without any problem because I'll be investing in 0.08 shares of this ETF. And this is how you can buy fractionally. And as I was saying, this provides us with the significant advantage of being able to invest practically any amount of money. Because if I enter any amount here, let's say $250 for example, it will immediately show me exactly how much I'm buying compared to the total of one share or one ETF. And again, this isn't just with stocks and ETFs. Literally, you can do this with any of the investment options that appear here. For example, with crypto, it works exactly the same way, but honestly, I personally don't really recommend investing in crypto through eToro that much, but you could do it if you want. You come here where it says Bitcoin, click on invest, and here it works the same way. If you notice, Bitcoin is at $69,005 and I can come here even if I don't have 69,000 but I do have 6,900 and it tells me that it gives me 0.9 units. Here the concept changes just a little bit, but in the end it is basically the same thing. It gives you 0.09 units of this Bitcoin or of whichever cryptocurrency we are choosing. And this is exactly how you are able to invest in these fractional shares on eToro.